Alright, time to watch the Book of Lorath, episode 4, The End of Days. And based on what it seemed like from the last one, this is going to be about Diablo 3, the events of Diablo 3. And Leah and Deckard Cain and our characters, the Nephilim. So this is gonna be pretty cool. This one's starting to resonate the most with me out of all of them so far, because this one is about Diablo 3, which I played for like 5 years. So I'm excited.
Sit down, you've let all the bloody heat out.
It's all. Give me close cap.
Night I can recall in these frozen wastes. I am no chef, but I've managed the stew from what little food remains. Fortify yourself. This is the final story I have to tell you.
Aw, this is the last one? They should continue this shit. But like maybe like small side stories about specific ones. But this is probably the last one in terms for hyping up Diablo 4, honestly. This is the best marketing strategy right here. It's the Book of Lore. There's so many lore junkies in any series. Like, there has been a huge jump in people who have started loving like watching lore videos of like game series and stuff like that ever since like Dark Souls and Vati Vidya's videos. Like with the Soul series really pushed for lore videos. Like it pushed the precedence of need for them because people wanted them. People didn't know how much they wanted lore videos until Dark Souls happened, and everyone was like, we need the lore, we need the deets, give us the deets, please.
You will need your strength to endure.
I spent so many hours watching lore videos of the Dark Souls series and also the Soul series in general.
They defeated Diablo and Baal, and of the destruction of the world's stone.
No, it's not. Okay.
Tyrael, the Archangel of Justice. In the aftermath, his essence dispersed. And though no angel had done so before, Tyrael was able to restore his form in the realm of Pandemonium. After decades away, Tyrael returned to the high heavens. There he tried to convince his fellow members of the Angiras Council that they were meant to protect the innocent, and that the fate of humanity was pivotal to the future of the eternal conflict.
Of course.
However,
well, yeah, humans are the ones that can do the most.
Leaving Tyrael no choice but to renounce his angelic nature.
Again.
Shedding his wings to embrace mortality before being cast out of the heavens. And so he fell willingly to Sanctuary, a shining star that landed in the ruins of Tristram Cathedral.
Yep. And that's where we found
Tristram
him.
had established itself just outside the ruins of its predecessor. A thriving settlement, home to Deckard Cain and his young ward Leah. She was the daughter of Adria, who had once lived in Tristram, and grew into a wise young woman under Cain's mentorship.
Yep, and then she got fucked over.
A group of adventurers from across Sanctuary set out to investigate the fallen star. Instead, they found a man who had lost his memory. In an effort to help this fallen stranger, Cain sent adventurers to recover the man's sword, broken and scattered in the surrounding lands. The quest would cost Deckard his life at the hands of Magda, the powerful leader of a fanatical coven devoted to Belial. With his last breaths, Cain managed to repair the stranger's sword. In doing so, he repaired Tyrael's memory, as well as the Sword of Justice itself, Eldraine. For this deed, and for many, many more, I believe history will judge Deckard Cain amongst the greatest Haradrim, representing the best of what the Haradrim Order can be. His contributions to the Haradrim and to humanity cannot be overstated. The day he left us was a dark day for us all. In that moment of deep loss and grief, Leah was overcome by a dark power within herself. When the power burst free, that was her tipping point. Away. This was the first sign that her destiny was cruelly marked by forces greater than...
Hold on, 1 second, I need to get my daughter a bottle. I'll be right back. Oh, hey.
After Cain's death, The adventurers Lear and Tyrael tracked Magda to Chaldeum, where, unbeknownst to them, Belial was impersonating the ruler of the region.
Yeah, and we killed his ass.
Their pursuit ended in the dry deserts of Kyrgyzstan, where they confronted Magda and struck her down, avenging Cain's death. The heroes found another ally in Adria, Lear's mother, who wanted to help her daughter contain the growing darkness. She helped them uncover the location of the Black Soul Stone, an extraordinary artifact created by the renegade Haradrim Zoltan Kull, which could trap multiple essences of both angel and demon.
Oh, so it wasn't the Red Soul Stone that we dealt with, it was the Black Soul Stone. I couldn't remember the exact details.
Then permanently destroy them. Black Soul Stone in hand, they confronted Belial and revealed his great deception. Defeating him, they sealed him inside this Soul Stone prison. But, as we have seen time and time again, evil is never idle.
No, it's not.
Azmodan, the Lord of Sin, had undertaken an audacious invasion of Sanctuary, seeking the Black Soulstone for himself. All the great evils save he and Diablo had been trapped in the Soulstone, giving Azmodan an opportunity to become the prime evil. His vast demonic army erupted from Ariat Crater, the scar left behind by the World Stone's destruction. The party hurried to aid the forces of Bastion's Keep, the only defense against Azmodan's
I knew
forces.
we went to the Ariat Crater. I was thinking about it,
the adventurer,
like, because I mentioned the Ariat mountain and then it became a crater, and I was like, man, I feel like we've been into the crater before. And which one? If I was just making something up in my head, but yeah, no, we went into it in Diablo 3. That's right.
Was fought through legions of demons and overcame the Lord of Sin at the heart.
After playing it for like 5 years, I just stopped paying attention to the story. Like, I wouldn't even go through the story. I'll just go straight into seasonal and do the adventure mode and just start doing bounties, going into areas on the map and just grinding enemies out to level up. Like, I literally just forgo the story. So like there's a little bit of it has escaped me since I started playing Diablo 3.
Sealing him in the Black Soul Stone as well. It seemed as though the tide was turning in humanity's favor. But Adria had other plans. She had lied about the Black Soul Stone, having used it to mark the souls of all 7 great evils for containment, while leaving Diablo unbound. The witch then offered Leah her own daughter as a vessel for Diablo's return, an act she had planned since her child's conception. When Aiden sought solace with her in Tristram, Adria had already pledged herself to the Lord of Terror's service. Under the guise of her care, she used the prince's torment to her advantage, allowing Diablo to deepen his hold on the prince.
Adria's a bitch.
When he left as the Dark Wanderer, so too did Adria. Soon after, she bore his child, Leah, whom she left in Chaldeum under a friend's care.
So Leah is the daughter of the main character in Diablo 1.
They may be. From the moment of her birth, Leah's fate was tied inextricably to Diablo, his essence part of her creation. With Adria's betrayal revealed, Diablo seized control of the Black Soul Stone, using it to channel the essences of all the Lords of Hell into himself. Brimming with power, he twisted Leah's body into a new horrific form, the Prime Evil.
Yeah.
With his newfound strength, he set his eyes on a prize far greater than our world.
Yeah, he went to heaven.
The utter destruction of the high heavens. With his unheralded power, the Lord of Terror breached the diamond gates of the high heavens. He single-handedly routed Imperius, leader of the Angiras Council, with barely a thought. The Prime Evil opened hell rifts inside the Silver City, unleashing the minions of the Burning Hells, leaving him to continue towards the Crystal Arch.
Yeah, he made it all the way there.
As demons ravaged the Silver City, the heroes came to Heaven's aid. They fought their way through hordes of demonkind, aiding the heavens where they could, and soon arrived atop the Silver Spire to battle Diablo himself. Against all odds, the prime evil was defeated.
The first time I fought Diablo, man, it was badass.
Black Soulstone.
It was a
returned to the Angiras Council as a more
great way to end the game, honestly.
And for a moment, it seemed like Sanctuary might see peace. But as you know,
until they added Act 5, and then
last. All was not well with the high heavens.
I liked Act 5, but not that
decades before
as much
Diablo's
as
assault on the high heavens. Malthael,
like, I liked Act 5, like the theme of it. You know, you find more skeletons, and I loved the skeleton enemies in Diablo 3. They were fun to destroy and kill. The story for Act 5 is interesting, but then the fight against Malthael wasn't like crazy. Honestly, it wasn't like crazy good. It wasn't monumental. It was just like, oh, another boss. Also, I feel like the fight with Malthael is just too long. He's so spongy until you get like really good gear. Even on lower world tiers, he's just annoying to deal with.
Had abandoned the council, the heavens, and his position as the aspect of wisdom. The ravages of the eternal conflict must have taken their toll on Malthael's mind. I often wonder what he saw had convinced him to forsake wisdom for death. Malthael had long desired an end to the eternal conflict, and finally saw his chance with Diablo's defeat. With the 7 great evils gone, he turned his attention to humanity. But Malthael was not interested in winning our hearts and minds. His solution was far simpler, far colder.
Kill us all.
Humanity would never be more than demon spawn. And for the eternal conflict to reach its conclusion, all demon kind needed to be eradicated. But to achieve his ultimate goal, Malthael had to retrieve the Black Soulstone, which was now in the hands of what remained of the Horadrim. I likely owe my life to Eldraine. In that first confrontation with Malthael, in the black tunnels of the tomb of Rakis, I faced death himself. As my brethren fell and died, I was protected behind a magical shield that Tyrael raised using his sword.
Wait a minute. Diablo 3 Reaper Soul Cinematic. Right. Why is this one shit?
Deemed we would know peace.
Apologies.
But it was not to be.
Alright, let's go. Okay, so Black Soulstone, yep. It is Tyrael. So is one of these 4 Lorath?
You have done well, Horadrim. Your service here is finished. And you should all run. Malthael.
Up with their heads. Oh, is that Lorath? That is Lorath.
Go! Go! Find the Nephilim!
Okay. So the one behind the sword was Lorath. That's cool.
When we emerged onto the city streets, we were met with horror beyond comprehension. Prize in hand, Malthael and his reapers laid waste to Westmarch. The grisly slaughter I witnessed there nearly destroyed me. They were harvesting the souls of the people. With each death, Malthael grew more powerful. Malthael soon took the Black Soulstone to the Pandemonium Fortress, where he began to manipulate its power. Struggling to find where he had gone, the adventurers turned to the only person on Sanctuary who might know Malthael's location, the traitor Adria.
Yeah.
The witch, however, did not wish to cooperate.
Nope, of course not.
Transformed into a terrifying monster empowered by blood magic. Delivering final justice against Adria's betrayal, they struck down the abomination and set out for the Pandemonium Fortress to confront Malthael. By the time they arrived, it was too late. Malthael had already sent the Black Soulstone to Sanctuary, and it was fulfilling its dark purpose, tearing the demonic essence out of every single person. Freeing the spirits of their own kin and leaders, the heroes became one with death, and were finally able to fight against Malthael on even ground.
Yep.
A great battle ensued, and in a last-ditch effort to secure victory, Malthael shattered the Black Soulstone to take on the power of the great evil still trapped inside. The heroes valiantly rallied in defense of Sanctuary. The power
this
of
is
the
when he
spirits
got like fire abilities
like
halfway through the fight.
The aftermath of Malthael's use of the Black Soulstone saw Tyrael gone from Sanctuary and countless dead. What happened to Diablo remains a mystery that haunts me. I chose solitude and ale over futile efforts to bring light back into our world.
That makes sense.
There are times, such as this, where I feel hope struggling to take root once more. But to hope for salvation while doing nothing to attain it brings only ruin. I have learned this many times over. Judge a person by their actions, not their words. Lilith has returned. You sense the daughter of hatred in the growing shadows, as do I. I can no longer fight with steel and blood, but perhaps the knowledge I've shared will act as an armor in your own battle with the coming darkness.
Knowledge is power.
Young scholar.
That's pretty
Wherever
cool.
your path may lead you.
Again, this is like,
I hope for your sake.
honestly, the best. This is the best way to market the game more than anything else. Like anything else they've done, this is the best that they've done to market for the game. Hold on. Laura. I feel like Lorath was in Westmarch. Like as an NPC you could talk to. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, okay, you can talk to him. Game, okay, many of the game journal entries alongside All right, awesome. I honestly, I was like, man, it feels like you like interact with Lorath in Diablo 3, and sure enough, we did. That's cool. I didn't really think he was part of it, but crazy. It's all coming together. Now we get travel with Lorath now in Diablo 4. Not really like travel, but at least interact with him. Well, other than that, toodles for now, guys.